Hello everyone, this is the JJ Movie TV Game Reviews, and right now I am doing the Lost series review. I have done a recent video of this. I'm doing an update. This is an update version of it. And by far, Lost is one of the greatest TV shows I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not just talking about family, drama, cartoons, and all this stuff. It's one of the best. Why? Because it reflects upon everything. Love, misery, hate, anger, happiness, people who have drug addiction, people who have murder, people who feel guilty, people who have lost, people who have gained. This is a show to watch. So let's start off. I'm going to give my review about which seasons are the worst from the best and which one I liked about each season and how I did not like it. Now, Lost Season 1. Basically, if you all know the show Lost, basically, this entire show is reflected upon basically a group of survivors who land on an island of a plane crash. There is a doctor named Jack. There's a former there's a con artist named Sawyer, whose real name is James Ford. We got an Iraqi named Saeed Jarrah, who's one of my favorite characters on the show, who he was a torturer on the show. We have a drug rocker, an addict named Charlie. We have a pregnant woman named Claire, a fat guy called Hugo, African American kid Michael, and his son Walt, who just recently met for the first time on the plane, and yeah, they crashed. We have Sun and Jin, who are these Asian people from basically China, and basically they don't know a lick of English. We also have one of the best characters, also Locke, who was formerly in a wheelchair, but when he crashed the island, he was able to walk, so that was interesting. Also, we have Kate Austin, basically a girl that killed her father, who was handcuffed to a flight marshal on the plane. Overall, this amazing show is how the group of survivors they get along with each other, how they get to know each other, and this island. This island has freaky stuff going around. They see there's been other dead bodies they found. They've been finding stuff that they thought they never see on this island, like a polar bear, a black smoke monster that kills people, that kills the pilot in this one. Also, there's a rumor that there's just some strange people, and there are some other survivors of other crashes, boat crashes, raft crashes. There's a French woman named Danielle Russo. She's the one that got, not Danielle Russo. Yeah, Danielle Russo, that's her name. Sorry if I get that wrong. Stuff. But overall, this entire show is really about fate, and not really about fate, but what you're experiencing throughout this entire show. You're just wondering, who's gonna survive next? This is like a survivor mode, but it's like so deep. You get to love these characters at the beginning, and when certain characters just get killed off and their fate, their test, and everything. Out of a 10, I give this entire season a 9.5 out of 10. 9.6 out of 10. I really enjoyed this season. This season was tremendous. Very great start. Now, the second season of Lost is also a great season. It's a classic. We leave off from season 1. In season 2, there are definitely other people living on the island. Basically, I think that kidnapped Michael's son Walt, who they believe is special. We get to the survivors of the front of the plane meet up with the people at the tail of the plane and their stories. And new interesting characters are involved. Anna Lucia, a former cop, Libby, a former girl that was in the psych ward. We get to some other characters. We also get to introduce Desmond, who's a great character also. Basically, at the end of season 1, they found a hatch in the middle of the ground. They digged it up. They blew it open. And now in this one, finding what was inside, basically, one man basically pushing a button that holds electromagnetism on the island. They didn't say that in this season, but that's how it is. Sorry for spoilers, by the way. And this entire season is tremendous. Everyone should really check this out. It goes deeper into what people are willing to sacrifice. Goes into other people pushing each other. Why are you not believing? Man of Fate, Man of Science is a great episode. The entire season is amazing. I absolutely love this entire season. So out of a 10, I give this like a 9.7 out of 10. And they introduced one of the best characters, Benjamin Linus, in this one. So 9.7 out of 10. Great season. Now season 3, on the other hand, I know a lot of people hate this season, but to me, this is my favorite season of Lost. I don't know what's the hate on this. Maybe it's because of this one Asian actor made a special guest appearance. They didn't like her. Basically, at the end of this, Jack, Sawyer, and Kate are basically captured by the others. get to see some of their whereabouts. You get to see more of the history of the island. Certain characters pass even more. The leader of the others, Benjamin Lance, we get to his past with him and the Dharma Initiative, the people who were between the others and the Dharma Initiative, and how Benjamin killed them all. And it was just awesome how his story is. I love the beginning of it. They introduced a brand new character, Juliet. She's a great character, one of my favorites on the show. Strong, determined, everything great about this entire season. Goes back and forth with flashbacks, as we all know. And the end where, sorry for spoiler, but Charlie dies in this one, and it probably is my favorite episode of all Lost, how he died. And the end of this entire season is basically, they get in contact. A woman drops down on the island from a parachute. She was in a helicopter. She has a radio thing. They radio in, and it looks like they're about to be rescued, but there's a flash forward where Jack says to Kate, we have to go back. So we know Jack and Kate got off the island, but we don't know how the rest of them got. So we don't know how there. So I love this season. It's a 9.8 out of 10 for me. I don't know what's your problem with this season. I love this season. Watch over again. Now, season 4 to me is downhill because, one, it only had 13 episodes, and I'm not usually one to complain if they have lesser episodes, but since Lost had such great story all around, I think it was a rip-off just to go downhill even more. And I love this entire season. Season 4 is just great. Basically, it's a flash forward, so mixed with flashbacks, and basically how they got off the island, and how some of them got off and how some of them did not. It's also about some introduced new characters, Charles Winmore, new villains, new heroes, Daniel Faraday, who's basically one of my favorites, and we get to introduce more characters, and the Oceanic Six are the 6 people that get off the island, and the 6 people do not. So overall, I enjoy this season. It's just not my favorite, and I think it went a little downhill too much. I'm glad they're stopping the Kate, Jack, and Sawyer romance, if you know all I'm saying. That triple great triangle, I'm glad that's about almost over. And I give this a 9.3 out of 10. Not my favorite. To me, it was a little downhill. But overall, it's a great season. Now, Lost Season 5, to me, they really brought it up again. I gave this a 9.5 out of 10, the same as Lost Season 1, but I like Lost Season 1 a little bit better. Lost Season 5, to get back to, their roots tremendously. Well, actually, Lost Season 1 was a 9.6, it's 9.5. And here's the thing. Basically, right here in this picture, you see who gets off the island and who stays on. Although about the entire season is some growth for certain characters, everyone really shines through. Jack takes a step back for a while, and you see the other growth of other characters, especially Sawyer. I love Sawyer throughout this thing. They do a little time traveling thing in this, but it's not really a bad thing. It's really about, can we change our destiny? That's what the whole idea of the time travel thing for the story in this one is. Basically, people were left on the island. Basically, the island can move, and when they moved, they're moving through time, and they got stuck in 1971. I know it's confusing if you've never even seen the show, but bear with me. It's a good it's a good season. It's a great season. Sawyer and Juliet, that's probably the best reason why I love this season. It's one person. Juliet's the one person that made Sawyer forget everything. He was a con artist, that he killed an innocent man, that he could let go of his vengeance and become a natural born leader like he's supposed to be. He's a great leader in the Dharma Initiative. You also get to see young Ben, his father, how Benjamin became something like that. You see some more flash forward, Saeed. Saeed's awesome in this. Kind of spooky when he shoots Ben as a kid. When the others return, Kate just returns to find Claire. Saeed thinks it's his destiny maybe to kill Ben. Jack believes because of, maybe we can stop this. Maybe we can stop this from ever happening. Our plane will never crash. Daniel Faraday gave that in his head, and I love Daniel Faraday's story arc, and I was sad to see him go. I love this entire season. It's just not my favorite. Out of 10, I'm giving this 9.5 out of 10. Now, Season 6, the final season of Lost, which had 16 episodes. I got this on Blu-ray and high definition. A great finish. The ending was perfect. Basically, all those little supernatural things, the black smoke monster, Jacob, the supposedly guy who starts off Fallen Island, we get to see their origin, the Black Smoke Monster and Jacob, who are actually brothers. We get to see the story what happened to Locke, officially what happened to Locke, and why he was used. We get to see Jack fulfill his destiny, Hurley fulfill his destiny. Hurley really took a good step up. Claire and Kate reunite. I didn't care for Claire at all. What I loved about the entire scene was the end. I didn't like that how they killed off certain characters like Sun or Jin, or like Saeed, for instance. They blew him up. I'm like, okay, that was just unexpected. We didn't see that coming. And then the return of old characters coming back along to this entire show. Okay, our destiny's not to destroy the island. It's just we were all brought here together. We became close to each other, and we experienced this all drew with each other. That was it. That's the whole point of the island. To get past everything that you had on in this life and move on. And they move on together. The ending is beautiful. Probably the best ending of all my TV shows. And believe me, not a lot of them have a kick-ass ending like this. Overall, some people find this a little disappointing, the ending of Lost. I enjoyed this tremendously. It's the best they could have done. Out of 10, I'm giving this entire... this season 9.4. Like I said, I didn't like some characters' deaths. But overall, let me just say, like, what's the worst of the seasons? There's really no worse. Lost Season 4 could have been better. I enjoyed it, though. Lost Season 6, a great season, 9.4. Lost Season 5 is number 4 on the list. Then after that, it's the top 3 seasons. Number 3 is Season 1. After that, Season 2 is number 2. And number 1 is Season 3. That's my worst to best seasons. I'd say my favorite characters are Charlie, Saeed, Juliet, Jack, Sawyer. And I like Locke, Kate, and Benjamin Linus. They're all great characters. And there's so many other great characters I could say. But overall, out of this entire show, all the epicness that this show gave to TV series and something new and fresh, a 9.8 out of 10. This is a great, great show. No complaints. And it's very rare a show is ever going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. If people think I'm being too gritty and that stuff, I can't really get 10 out of 10 because that's near perfect for every single thing of mine. What I expect. But overall, 9.8 out of 10. This is a classic. And this is such a great show, so everyone, you should check out Lost. Find your faith. What do you have meaning in your life? It connects on all grounds. To parents, to losing their kids, to dope dealers, to father figures, to people who are stranded on an island who need to survive. This is a great show. So everyone, I want you to all check out Lost. This is the JJ Movie TV Show / Game Reviews. Let me know what you all think for one. Bye-bye.